Hello, VC. It's Jerry here, Dark Side Vinyl, coming in here with a video submission for a contest I saw from Swellheads Network. Sorry, and I will do my best to put a link to his channel in my description. So he has a contest where you're not supposed to show any records, CDs, 45s, whatever. Um, and I did hear him say something about, like, don't hold them up. So the background is okay. I'm not going to be referencing anything there. But so you're just supposed to answer his questions, and that's all he wanted. So anyway, let's see. The contest, it's called Don't Show a Thing, and the last day is August 7th. First thing that he wants is a shout out to a radio station, whether one when you were a kid or a local one now, whatever. And the first one that came to mind for me, growing up in Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area, was a radio station. It was a rock station when I was a teen. Actually, it's still in service now, called 98 Rock. And I wasn't a huge rock fan, but at that time I was actually more into hip hop. So I didn't listen to a lot of radio. I listened to my tapes and CDs. But when I did, occasionally I would, branch out a little bit and listen to some rock. I did like some. It seems like I kind of was late in developing my, musical maturity, I would say. But they had a DJ on there. He was syndicated, Bubba the Love Sponge, and as a teen, he was hilarious. Now I wouldn't listen to him. He was rude, crude, and unattractive. Kind of like what's his name up there in New York? Shoot, I can't even think of his name now, but I'm sure you can you can tell me in the comments, unless I think of it here in a second. But just I remember listening to that show quite a bit, and just like I said, the crude jokes as a teen boy, it was hilarious. But now I'd like to think I've matured some, and not that I don't know. Anyway, let's just get past that. And also like to give a shout out to a local radio station here. I'm living in East Kentucky now, and there is one that is a real small radio station. It's like it's called, I think it's 88.5, and the Apple Shop is what it is, and it's kind of like local artisans is what they feature. So a lot of folk and bluegrass, some gospel, but then they will also have other DJs come in and do their own show. So it's not all just local. I mean, they'll do all sorts of stuff, kind of like a college radio station. And it is based out of Whitesburg, Kentucky. And I've actually driven by that studio. It's not close to me or anything, but I've been in Whitesburg. I used to work down that area for a little while, and I've driven right by it. I mean, you would barely even know it's a radio station. It's a little tiny place. But apparently they would do these little jam sessions. Local artisans would meet there and play, live on the radio. And so I have some friends that actually have done that, and so that was kind of neat. And I don't listen to a lot of it, bluegrass per se, but I do enjoy it live, and I enjoy talent with any music genre. So I guess that's part of the maturity as well. Like I said, I'd like to think that I will give most anything a chance. try to see if there's something of redeeming value in my eyes. If there's a good hook, a good groove, just musicality, uh, showmanship. I mean, there's all different sorts of ways to, you know, to kind of make an impression on somebody, obviously. But so those are my radio stations that I want to go ahead and shout out to. Next thing he wants is for you to talk about a band that I love, but an album that I'll never own. And this was pretty quick for me to think of. Um, pardon me. And that is David Gilmour. And as you know, he was the drummer for Led Zeppelin. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Um, if you when you see watch David's when I think it's David, when you watch Swellheads video, then you'll understand that a little bit better. Anyway, um, the album that I will most likely never own is, I'm not sure if I'm saying this city correctly, but um, David Gilmour live at Gdansk. I think it's Gdansk, but with one of those funny marks over one of the letters. I can't remember which one it is right now, but it's past my bedtime when I'm filming this, so excuse me a little bit. Um, but the reason why I'll never own that, not because I don't want it, believe me, I do want it. It's been in my Discogs wish list for probably at least, well, I mean, it's been a while since I really found out about it. Um, it's been in my wish list, and the reason I'll never own it is because it averages about $300 to $500, and it's a 5 album set, and so that's out of my league. So if anybody wants to send that my way, VCLT, that would be awesome. Anyway, getting a little slap happy here. So I love David Gilmour. I think he is a fantastic guitarist. I think he is super talented. And I think he is just a really cool guy. I would love to just to be able to hang out with him and talk to him. And I mean, I'd be starstruck, of course, at first, but just from what I've seen on his YouTube channel, he just seems super down to earth. I mean, for somebody that is that talented and has, I'm sure, that much money, uh, he just seems like anybody, like kind of like a Keanu Reeves. Like he would sit right next to you, you know, on the tube if you were over in London, uh, or even offer you his seat. He just seems like that kind of guy, like very humble, and that I respect that a lot. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why I like David. But I mean, like the main reason, obviously, is his art, the music that he puts out. And when he was with, you know, Pink Floyd, oops, I messed up. Yeah, um, he was just, just incredibly talented. If you have not really discovered his talent, do yourself a favor and really either listen to his albums, uh, which wow, I was really tempted right there just to reach and grab it. So that was close. Um, but, or obviously anything with Pink Floyd and him. So listen to those and listen to his guitar work. Messed up again. Moving on, getting slap happy. Um, Last one, let's see. He wants an iconic album that I've never listened to, which sadly there are several. Um, and that's because I guess I'm fairly new into this as far as really being a hardcore record collector, I guess, or really just listening to, you know, a lot of records. It's just been a couple of years. Some of you have, started in 50s, 60s, 70s and have never stopped. So, that's why that's what I'm saying when a newbie. Um, so the first one, and I would say, I guess the most iconic that stands out to me that I've never heard, and it's not because I don't want to, it's just I have not had the opportunity to, and I don't own it, is Andy Warhol, which was the Velvet Underground and Nico, which is on, I guess, every list, of any credibility of, influential, iconic, just incredible albums, and it changed the whole thing. And I mean, just for those reasons alone, I want to hear it. Whether I like it or not, I'm not sure. Um, I think I'd like to think that I would, it may have to grow on me, but I think I would end up liking it if it's anything like what they're, all the critics say and the writers talk about. Uh, I'm sure I would like it. I would like some of it, if not if not the whole thing. Um, that's the most iconic. Another one I thought of was Patti Smith, Horses, and that one I've never come across that one, and I would definitely like to find that one too, and give that a listen. I think that would be pretty interesting. Excuse me. Bob Dylan, bringing it all back home. I'll listen to it. I have one Bob Dylan album, and um, I've never been a huge Bob Dylan fan. Uh, it's just, I guess, I think more because of when I was first exposed to him is the kind of like the mumbling, you know, you know what I'm saying, how you can't hardly understand what he's saying. But I think if I had been exposed to him when he was the beginning stuff, the early stuff, uh, where just he was groundbreaking, and just so I'm willing to give it a shot. Obviously, I would like to hear it, and but it's not one. He's not an artist that I actively seek out. If it, I think the one I got, the one album that I have that I'm not going to show is, um, it was in a collection. I didn't buy it. I didn't actively, look for that one. I didn't actively pick it out. It was just included with something else. So I've listened to it and I actually liked it. It's a greatest hits. Um, but I hope that doesn't disqualify me. But because I'm not showing anything, I'm just talking about it. Anyway, I guess I've rambled enough, haven't I? You tell me. Those are my answers for Swellhead Network, Swellheads Network. I need to find out what that's about, what his name's all about. Show nothing contest, or don't show a thing contest. It's like that, like Rachel, the music man, said, that telephone game. It's like one person said it this way and the other one said it that way, and then which one is it again? And I'm pretty certain that he called it "Don't Show a Thing." So that is the entry. So please tell me what you think. And if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, comment. That'd be even better. I want to hear what you have to say. Tell me if you think I really should have gone to bed before, and shoot this video another day. All right. Take it easy. Keep digging in those crates, all right? The good stuff is in the dust. I promise you. Bye.